Chosen one. Tonight is not ordinary. Heaven has placed your name upon its agenda. As the sun fell and darkness wrapped the earth, something in the invisible realm stirred, because God has chosen this very hour to move on your behalf. You were not scrolling by accident. You were led here, divinely summoned, to witness what happens when heaven opens its armory and sends angels into motion for one single soul, you. Listen closely. You may have felt the warfare lately, pressure, confusion, fatigue, but those were not coincidences. They were the rumblings before the breakthrough. The moment you thought was chaos was actually preparation. Every tear you shed became a command in heaven's court, a signal for angelic reinforcements to assemble. Tonight, the orders have been released. The ones assigned to you, your watchers, your guardians, have drawn their swords. This is not poetic language, it is spiritual reality. You are not defenseless. You are not forgotten. The night belongs to the ones marked by God. In the secret place, heaven whispers your name again. God has seen your endurance. He has heard the prayers you never said aloud, the silent cries that rose from your pillow. And tonight, as the clock moves past human understanding, he responds, the dispatch has begun. Angels are moving through realms unseen, through streets, through walls, through the very air around you. Their presence brings stillness. Their wings carry peace. If your spirit feels the weight lifting even now, it is because heaven is close. There are things you lost that will not remain lost. There are doors that shut against you that are trembling on their hinges tonight. God does not forget his promises. He may allow darkness for a moment, but only so that his light can appear undeniable. You have walked through shadows, but this is the hour when heaven declares, enough. Mercy steps forward. Protection. Descend. You are covered. You wonder if it is possible, if divine beings could really care about you in your quiet corner of the world. But hear this. The moment you believed, the moment you called upon his name, an invisible covenant surrounded you. Angels do not respond to fame or power. They respond to faith. And yours has reached heaven's throne. They move now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, God is aligning events, shifting atmospheres, preparing miracles. You may not see the process, but you will soon see the proof. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 5, look among the nations and watch, be astounded, for I will work a work in your days you would not believe, though it were told you. Chosen one. This is that work, the kind that no one will believe until they see it. Heaven is about to expose its craftsmanship in your life. What others called coincidence will reveal itself as choreography. What you called delay was actually design. Tonight, God takes your waiting and turns it into witness. So lift your eyes. The air around you may feel still, but in that stillness, something sacred is unfolding. Angels are not mythical. They are ministers of divine strategy. They walk unseen, but their results manifest visibly. Favor that appears unexpectedly, peace that returns after storms, and strength that revives the weary. Their assignment tonight is simple. Secure you, shield you, surround you. Do not fear the darkness anymore. It only emphasizes your light. Every demonic whisper that told you you're alone will choke on its lie when heaven's movement becomes visible in your reality. Even now, As you read these words, an inner stirring begins, a recognition that this is not just motivation. This is divine confirmation. You were meant to hear this tonight. Before this night ends, speak with heaven. Thank God for dispatching his army on your behalf. Ask him to let his angels encamp around your home, your heart, your destiny, because they are listening. They move not by noise but by authority, and your prayer carries authority. When you speak faith, heaven acts. And if this message has resonated with your spirit, if you feel the trembling of something awakening within you, then take a moment to respond in the simplest act of faith. Like this message as a prophetic acknowledgement that you receive it. Share it so another soul may find their shield. Leave a comment below with the number 777, a sign of divine completion and perfect covering, and subscribe. Because what God begins tonight will continue through the words that follow. Heaven is not silent. Chosen one. God is not distant. The angels are already on assignment, and you are under divine protection. Chosen one, while the world sleeps unaware, a silent var unfolds around you. The air between heaven and earth hums with tension, unseen. And you, yes, you stand at the center of a conflict that began long before your birth. Darkness has tried to mark you, to weary you, to convince you that nothing sacred surrounds your life. But if only your eyes could open for one heartbeat to what the Spirit sees, you would tremble, not in fear, but in awe, because even now, battalions of light surround you. You have walked through strange seasons, haven't you? Moments where confusion rose without cause, where you felt heavy for no reason, where sleep escaped you, though your body begged for rest. Those were not random storms. They were the ripple of a larger clash, spirits contending for your focus, your peace, your destiny. The enemy has tried to isolate you, to draw you into despair, because isolation is the battlefield where faith is easiest to starve. But what he forgot is that your story is known in heaven's courts. Your name is spoken by angels as a signal, a reminder of divine assignment. The unseen war rages, but it is not a fair fight. Light does not struggle to overcome darkness. It simply appears, and darkness flees. The enemy only threatens because he knows what is coming. You were never defenseless. You have always been accompanied, even when you felt abandoned. In the spiritual realm, your steps leave trails of light that mark territory claimed by God. Demons recognize that light. They retreat where you advance, not because of your strength, but because of the one who covers you. You may not realize it, but each time you prayed in tears, angels drew nearer. Each sigh of surrender became a trumpet in the invisible realm. Heaven takes note of obedience. It arms itself when one child of God refuses to give up. That is why, though attacks came, you were not destroyed. Though weapons formed, they failed, because your life is encircled by those who excel in strength and hearken to his command. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Read that again, and let it echo through your spirit. The word encamps means to stay, not a visit, not a passing watch, but a stationed presence around you. Right now, there are divine sentinels who do not sleep. They surround your home, your path, your mind. They are not symbols, they are soldiers of light with one instruction to deliver you. Every plot formed against your destiny must pass through that encampment. And it cannot. There are moments when the war feels too loud, when confusion mocks your faith. In those moments, remember this truth: the volume of the storm does not measure the absence of protection. The sea raged around the disciples' boat, yet Jesus slept in perfect peace. So too does heaven rest in assurance over you. The angels are not frantic, they are confident. They have seen the end from the beginning, and in that ending, you stand victorious. You are part of a sacred strategy. Every test you endure is training for the authority you are called to wield. When you resist despair, you command angelic movement. When you choose forgiveness over bitterness, you shift the balance of the battlefield. The enemy's greatest fear is your awakening to this truth, that you are not prey but purpose, not target but territory. Tonight, even as you breathe these words, the unseen war bends in your favor. God has reinforced the line around you. The arrows of fear, guilt, and shame lose their direction before they reach you. The Spirit covers you like armor, and angels stand as living walls of light. Do not focus on what is against you. Fix your gaze on who stands for you. Heaven does not lose battles. The silence you sometimes feel is not absence, it is strategy. The Commander of Hosts never wastes a move. He knows exactly when to act, exactly when to send his warriors forth. And when he does, nothing can withstand the brightness of his will. So rest tonight. Chosen one, let the world rage if it must. You are not vulnerable, you are surrounded. In the realm you cannot yet see, light has already claimed the victory. Chosen one, you carry a mark not visible to human eyes, yet impossible for the unseen realm to ignore. It glows upon your spirit like a seal of fire, a divine signature, declaring, "This one belongs to heaven." That mark is the reason you've never fit comfortably into darkness. The reason rejection could not destroy you. The reason trouble keeps revealing hidden strength within you. You were not built for ordinary survival. You were designed to carry evidence of God's protection. The battles that rose against you were not random, they were reactions. When you stepped into alignment with your calling, hell noticed. The mark of the protected draws both warfare and wonder. Demons recognize it. Angels respond to it. That is why some people could not understand you. They saw only the outward struggle, not the invisible glow that provoked it. You have been seen by heaven, targeted by hell, and shielded by divine decree. Even in moments you questioned your worth, the mark remained. It cannot be erased by sin, shame, or circumstance. It was carved into your destiny when you were still being formed in the secret place. It carries authority, an announcement to the spiritual realm that your life is under surveillance by heaven's command. The light around you has boundaries. Darkness cannot cross them without divine permission. That is why some attacks could only come so far before collapsing. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 13, "The blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be on you to destroy you." That ancient moment was not merely history, it was prophecy. The blood was a mark of protection then, and it remains a pattern now. God still recognizes those who are covered. The same way judgment passed over the homes marked by blood, destruction now passes over the ones marked by grace. You are one of them. The reason you survived what should have destroyed you is not luck, it is covenant. Your pain became proof of your anointing. You endured storms because you were chosen to stand when others fell. That endurance has drawn heaven's attention again tonight. Angels assigned to you strengthen the edges of that invisible seal, renewing its brightness. They respond to the mark because it is registered in heaven's ledger under your name. You are known there. When your name is whispered in the courts above, light answers. The mark is not a reward for perfection, it is a sign of belonging. You are not protected because you have done everything right. You are protected because you are aligned with the one who covers you completely. Grace is the perimeter around your life. No curse can pass that line. Every time you choose faith instead of fear, that perimeter expands, shining brighter, extending its reach over your family, your home, your purpose. When you walk into a room, atmospheres shift subtly. People may not understand why they feel calmer, why peace fills the air. It is because your mark radiates authority. Light recognizes light. Heaven's energy flows through you, unseen yet undeniable. You are a living altar, carrying presence. When you speak peace, the chaos bows. When you pray, the unseen trembles. You have been granted access to the armory of angels, and they move in synchronization with your obedience. But this truth carries responsibility. The mark on your life means you cannot live casually. You cannot compromise like others and remain comfortable. Your calling demands purity, not perfection, but sincerity. A heart that listens when heaven whispers. God refines the marked ones because they represent His name. So when life presses you, it is not punishment, it is polishing. The glow intensifies in pressure. The seal strengthens through surrender. You might ask, why me? Because destiny required demonstration. People will look at you and realize that divine protection is not theory, it is testimony. They will see the glow that followed you through heartbreak and conclude that God must be real. That is your ministry, even without words, to be evidence. So tonight, as you breathe, acknowledge it quietly. I am marked. Let that truth settle deep within. Let it dismantle the lie that you are unworthy or forgotten. Heaven's records already bear your signature. God Himself has written your name among the protected. And now, to seal this moment, I want you to declare a phrase of faith below, short but powerful. I stand covered. End of 1. Comment it not as ritual, but as agreement. Each word you type is alignment, an echo of heaven's decree that you are not exposed to destruction, but enveloped in divine covering. When you declare it, you affirm what angels already know, that you walk under the protection of the Most High, marked for preservation, destined for victory. You are not invisible to heaven. Chosen one. You are illuminated. You walk beneath a glow that darkness cannot counterfeit. And this mark, this sacred seal, will follow you all the days of your life, until the very gates of eternity. Chosen one. There are moments in eternity when heaven itself leans forward, moments when the cry of a single soul compels the armies of angels to rise. Tonight, you step into that revelation, the understanding of how God dispatches angels when one of His chosen calls out. It is not random, not chaos, not coincidence. Every movement in the unseen world follows a divine command. And when God speaks, all creation responds. There is a pattern to divine intervention, a rhythm older than time itself. Angels do not move by emotion, they move by decree. They respond not to fear, but to faith. The instant you speak the language of heaven, words aligned with trust rather than panic, the spiritual atmosphere changes. Your prayer becomes like fire ascending, and from the throne of God, a signal flashes. Messengers of light receive their assignment. One word from the Almighty, and legions are in flight. It was this way from the beginning. When Hagar wept in the wilderness, an angel found her by a spring. When Elijah despaired beneath a tree, an angel touched him and gave him strength. When Daniel fasted and prayed, the messenger of heaven fought through resistance to reach him. Nothing has changed. The same kingdom that responded to them now responds to you. Heaven still sends help. Angels still obey the voice of God released through your faith. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 1, verse 12. Then the Lord said to me, "You have seen well, for I am watching over my word to perform it." Aber, when God releases his word spoken through his mouth or echoed through your prayer, he watches over it. That means no syllable of faith goes unheard. No cry of trust goes unanswered. Heaven listens, records, and responds. Angels become the hands of that promise, executing what God has spoken over your life. They are heaven's movement made visible in the invisible. Perhaps you have felt like your prayers bounce off the ceiling. Perhaps the silence made you think nothing moved. But hear this, silence is not absence, it is strategy. Often, while you wait, heaven works. The angels assigned to your cause travel through resistance, through layers of spiritual opposition, until they deliver what was promised. Sometimes the delay is not denial, it is warfare in motion. But victory, once released, cannot be reversed. Every time you speak the word of God aloud, angels gain direction. Every time you declare, God is faithful, the invisible realm shifts. Angels follow the frequency of truth, not fear. That is why the enemy tries to steal your voice, to silence the sound that sends reinforcements. But even when you whisper, heaven hears. The softest faith can trigger the loudest miracles. Understand this. Angels are not merely defenders, they are architects of destiny. They guide circumstances, align timing, and open opportunities. Some of the coincidences that made you smile were not chance, they were coordination. The right person crossing your path, the unexpected door that opened, the word you needed at the exact moment of despair. These were angelic fingerprints. Subtle, but unmistakable. When God dispatches angels, it is never in panic. It is in perfect order. The commander of hosts knows your timeline better than you do. He knows when your strength will waver, and he sends help before you even realize you'll need it. You do not have to beg heaven to remember you, you only have to stay aligned. Obedience keeps the line of communication clear. Faith keeps the channel open. Sometimes God uses humans as vessels for angelic missions, a stranger's kindness. Unexpected call, a timely encouragement. Other times, the presence is purely spiritual, a peace that settles without reason, a warmth that fills the room, a sense that you are not alone. Those are traces of heaven's movement, signs that help has arrived. So do not fear. when you feel the battle press harder. The increase in pressure often means reinforcements are near. God dispatches angels not because he must, but because he chooses to work through his divine order. His word commands, his servants perform, and you, chosen one, are part of that heavenly choreography. Your faith initiates heaven's response. Your endurance completes it. The angels God sends tonight are not temporary visitors. They are assigned until the promise is fulfilled. They carry your name on their mission. They will not return until the word spoken over you is complete. You do not have to see them to know they are there. The proof is in the peace that begins to guard your heart, in the calm that follows chaos, in the strength that returns when all logic says it shouldn't. That is the language of heaven, the evidence that divine dispatch has taken place. Rest in that truth tonight. Heaven has moved because you believed. God has spoken, and his word never travels alone. It always arrives, escorted by angels. Chosen one. The night may feel silent, but heaven is not still. There are wings moving through shadows. Wings that make no sound, yet shift the air around you. When your heart trembles in the quiet, it is not loneliness. It is the whisper of protection brushing past your soul. The unseen wings of heaven have gathered above your dwelling, forming a canopy of light. You may not see feathers, but you feel peace. You may not hear voices, yet you sense calm. That is how angels travel silently, deliberately, wrapped in the mystery of mercy. You have walked through enough darkness to know that not every silence is empty. There were nights when fear tried to claim your mind, yet something unseen stood guard. You didn't know why the storm stopped short or why the despair suddenly eased. That was not coincidence. It was covering. The wings in the shadows did not let the darkness reach you. They blocked what would have broken you. Heaven's protection rarely comes with spectacle. It comes like dawn, subtle, gradual, unstoppable. Angels do not arrive to be seen. They arrive to be effective. They move through dimensions like wind, through leaves, bending the impossible until it becomes possible. Their wings scatter confusion and collect fragments of peace to place back into your chest. That peace you felt after prayer, that calm that returned after tears, that was angelic evidence. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 24, when you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down, and your sleep will be sweet. That is not poetry, it is promise. Sweet sleep is the gift of those who dwell under divine protection. You are among them. Even now, as your thoughts begin to settle, heaven strengthens the perimeter around you. Shadows cannot trespass where light has built a wall. The truth is, you have never truly been alone. When people left, angels stayed. When strength failed, grace held you up. God does not need witnesses to prove his faithfulness. He simply performs it. And tonight, he does so again. The presence you sense now, the warmth that gently spreads through your being, is the reminder that you are still covered. You are surrounded by guardians who understand your worth, even when you forget it yourself. Imagine standing in a vast field under a night sky. Above you, stars burn quietly, each one carrying its own purpose. Angels are like those stars, countless, constant, positioned exactly where they are needed. You may not know which one shines for you, but you can feel their light when the world goes dark. And as you feel that warmth, Let this message be a lantern passed into your hands. When you hold it, the light spreads farther to someone else lost in the dark. That is why I gently ask, from a place of sincerity, share this message, not as a ritual, but as a ripple. Each click, each share, each simple gesture is like lighting another lantern in the night. Someone wandering in silence might see the glow and realize they, too, are protected. If this word has reached you in the right moment, if peace has begun to replace fear, as you listen, take a quiet breath and let gratitude rise. You can show it not just in your heart, but through small acts of faith, liking this message as a sign of agreement, subscribing to stay within this circle of light where heaven continues to speak. It is not about numbers, it is about nurture. You are part of something sacred, a gathering of souls being reminded that God still sends help in the night. The story of your protection is still being written. The ink is invisible to human eyes, but angels read it perfectly. They trace the pages of your days, ensuring that every threat bends toward testimony. The wings in the shadows will not fold until the promise is fulfilled. So when you wake tomorrow, walk differently. Lift your head knowing heaven covered you while you slept. Let peace settle like dew upon your soul. And when you think of the night, remember this truth. You are guarded not by chance, but by choice. God chose you for protection that never sleeps. And tonight, those wings, those silent, mighty wings remain spread above your life, shimmering just beyond sight, carrying you through the dark into dawn. Chosen one, the night that once felt endless has begun to tremble beneath heaven's power. You may not hear thunder, but the atmosphere around you is changing. This is the night God turns the tables, the night when everything the enemy meant for harm becomes the very material of your miracle. You have carried pain like a seed, and now, under divine pressure, that seed breaks open to release power. You have felt opposition sharpen itself against your life, haven't you? The betrayals, the sudden losses, the dreams delayed, each one a whisper from darkness trying to convince you that God has forgotten. But tonight, the same ground that was meant to bury you will become the platform from which your victory rises. The story is shifting mid-sentence. Heaven is rewriting what hell thought was final. The Spirit does not waste suffering. Every disappointment that once drained you has been transformed into oil, oil for anointing, oil for endurance, oil for divine authority. You thought you were breaking down, but heaven was breaking you open. The tears that soaked your pillow were not evidence of defeat. They were irrigation for destiny. Now, what was buried begins to grow. The Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, 2nd book, chapter 4, verse 17, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, works for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory." Do you feel that shift? Chosen one, the weight of pain is becoming the weight of glory. God has decided that what once humiliated you will now announce his favor. The rejection that once wounded you will soon testify of his protection. The setups of hell have become the setups of heaven. God is flipping the script, reversing the verdict, redeeming the years the enemy thought were lost. Heaven has always been ahead of your timeline. What felt like delays were actually detours designed to keep you safe. Some connections fell apart because angels intervened. Some doors shut because God saw what was behind them. What you called endings were really redirections. And tonight, all of it converges. Every twist, every heartbreak, every silence now aligns into one revelation. You were never forsaken. You were being positioned. Imagine a master artist standing before a canvas. At first, the strokes appear chaotic, colors clashing, shapes without form. But step back, and you begin to see design. That is your life. Chosen one. The chaos is not random, it's composition. Heaven paints in mystery. But the finished image will leave no doubt. God was in it all along. You may still feel bruised, but bruises fade into beauty when light touches them. God's light is touching your story tonight. The wounds that made you weep will soon be the very places His glory shines through. Like Joseph rising from prison to palace, you will look back and realize every betrayal built a bridge. Every valley led to a higher mountain. Every delay protected your destiny. And now, heaven invites you to respond not with worry, not with fear, but with faith. As the tables turn in your favor, the angels recording your agreement, wait for one prophetic act of acknowledgement. If you receive this, if something inside you whispers, "Yes, this is for me," then type the number 555 below. It is not superstition, it is symbolism. The number 5 has always represented grace. 555 means grace multiplied, mercy magnified, favor multiplied. When you comment it, you're not typing digits, you're echoing heaven's declaration that the grace covering you tonight will multiply into every corner of your life. So, chosen one, breathe. Let go of the weight of what was, because heaven has already balanced the scales. The court of God has ruled in your favor. The nights that once mocked you will now testify for you. The tables have turned, and you sit at the head of them, not by pride, but by promise. Tomorrow will not recognize you, because the atmosphere around you is different. The angels who watched you endure quietly are now preparing celebration. You will see sudden peace where there was pressure, provision where there was lack, clarity where there was confusion. The evidence of divine reversal will unfold quickly, and when it does, remember this night. Remember that heaven moved when you refused to give up. You held on. And because of that, God turned the tables. Chosen one. As the night deepens and heaven's presence settles heavier upon the earth, something sacred begins to surround you, a wall of flame unseen by the natural eye. This is the fire hedge. It is not built of brick or stone, but of holy energy that radiates from the throne of God. It encircles those who belong to Him, burning away the touch of evil, illuminating the path of destiny, and standing as a declaration, this one is untouchable. The fire hedge is not a metaphor alone, it is a living shield, a pulse of divine essence that reacts to every movement of faith. When you worship, it brightens. When you speak truth, it strengthens. When you obey, it expands. Hell knows this light well. It is the very thing that keeps darkness trembling at the edge of your life, unable to cross the boundary drawn by grace. You may not see it, but you have felt it. When an attack was planned and somehow fell apart, when words meant to wound lost their sting, when doors closed that would have led to destruction, that was the fire hedge in motion. It burns in silence, defending without boasting. Its flames consume only what would harm, never what would heal. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 3. Understand today that the Lord your God is He who goes over before you as a consuming fire. He will destroy them and bring them down before you, so you shall drive them out and destroy them quickly. As the Lord has said to you, those ancient words are not relics, they are revelation. The same consuming fire that went before Israel now surrounds you. You walk encased in flame. Yet it does not burn you. It refines you. It burns off fear, self-doubt, and the residue of yesterday's pain. Every spark of that fire carries intelligence, heaven's awareness, able to distinguish between enemy and ally, between threat and promise. Nothing that does not belong to your future can survive its heat. This divine wall does not exist only for defense, it exists for distinction. It separates those who walk with God from those who walk in confusion. It makes you visible in the spiritual realm, known, marked, radiant. That is why some people, without understanding why, feel drawn to your peace or disturbed by your presence. They are reacting to the fire, to the purity that confronts every falsehood. The fire hedge reveals who you truly are, one set apart, one consecrated, one aflame with purpose. You were never meant to blend in, chosen one. The light you carry is not casual. It is confrontational to darkness. That is why you sometimes feel isolated. Fire doesn't fit easily among ashes. But isolation is not rejection, it is refinement. The fire hedge closes you in not to confine you, but to prepare you. What is being formed in the heat of this season will not burn away, it will become brilliance. You are learning to live from the center of that flame, where fear cannot survive. The more you trust, the hotter the fire glows. The more you surrender, the safer you become. Obedience fuels this hedge. Compromis dimzit. That is why heaven calls you, even now, to stay close, to walk carefully, to remember that your protection is linked to your alignment. The fire covers what is consecrated, not what is careless. Yet even when you stumble, mercy burns brighter. God's fire does not consume His children. It consumes what endangers them. Every spark of His presence around you declares, mine. When you speak truth, the flames leap. When you pray, they roar. When you rest, they stand. Watch. This fire also attracts heaven's help. Angels move within its glow. It is their territory, their realm of operation. The fire hedge becomes a command post, a place from which heaven's soldiers guard your steps. It is not an invisible cage. It is freedom surrounded by flame. Freedom from fear, from the lies of the past, from the reach of the enemy. Tonight, that hedge burns higher. God has seen the schemes plotted in secret and has already sent His fire ahead of you. The traps laid in darkness will dissolve before you step near them. The weapons forged against you will melt in the heat of His presence. What was meant to destroy you will serve as proof of His defense. So, walk with confidence. You are not walking through shadows alone. You are walking within fire that knows your name. Every path you take has already been purified. Every threat has already been burned to ashes before you arrive. This is the mystery of the fire hedge. It does not just protect your body, it preserves your destiny. It makes you untouchable to what could have undone you. And when dawn comes, and you see how every danger fell away without explanation, you will know it was the fire. It has always been the fire. Chosen one. You have felt the tremors of heaven around you. The air itself seems charged, as though creation holds its breath, waiting for you to speak. This is not imagination. It is alignment. You have entered the hour when words matter more than weapons. When prayer no longer feels like ritual, but revelation. This is the moment of the prayer that shifts atmospheres. There are prayers whispered in routine, and there are prayers born in fire. The first reaches ceilings, the second splits them. When your heart breaks open before God, when your spirit groans beyond vocabulary, you release frequencies that summon heaven's movement. Angels respond, not to volume, but to vibration, the vibration of faith, humility, and surrender. That sound echoes through unseen dimensions, and everything opposed to divine order begins to shake. You have known the weight of silence before. Those nights when words refused to come, yet even your silence was prayer. Heaven heard your heartbeat as an offering, your sigh as intercession. God has never needed eloquence from you. He desires authenticity. Every genuine cry draws his presence near. Prayer, for you, is not performance. It is partnership. It is heaven's language spoken through mortal breath. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 33, verse 14, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." That verse is not a promise of stillness alone. It is a declaration of movement. God's presence goes with you. It travels. It intervenes. It alters. When you pray, his presence does not visit and leave, it follows. It surrounds. It shifts. The atmosphere bends to match his nature, and where his presence is, restre places unrest. Chosen one, your words are more powerful than storms. They are coordinates for angels, blueprints for blessings, and signals for breakthrough. The atmosphere you release with prayer can silence chaos and awaken peace in rooms filled with fear. That is why the enemy tries so desperately to weary your voice, to convince you your prayer changes nothing. But if you only knew what happens when you whisper, "Father," you would never doubt again. When you pray, darkness loses structure, confusion unravels. The very air begins to carry a different weight. Light replaces heaviness. Clarity replaces fog. That is what happens when the divine enters the ordinary. It's not imagination, it's transformation. Heaven's reality begins to overwrite earthly perception. Think of your prayer as breath on glass. At first, it seems to fog the surface, but soon it reveals patterns written by invisible fingers. That is what your intercession does. It reveals what heaven has been writing all along. You are not begging God to move. You are agreeing with what he already wills to manifest. Prayer is the signature of faith at the bottom of heaven's blueprint. There will be moments when your prayer feels unreturned, but delay does not equal denial. Some atmospheres require persistence to shift like storms. They must be spoken to again and again until they yield. Every repetition strengthens your authority. Each word builds momentum until the unseen becomes undeniable. You are not repeating empty phrases. You are striking the ground until breakthrough cracks open. Prayer is also warfare. When you speak life, you silence accusation. When you declare peace, you cancel curses. Angels move on assignment, pushing back shadows, until light dominates again. Sometimes the breakthrough feels sudden, but it was built by every whispered word that came before. Heaven counts them all. None are wasted. And when you pray for others, you extend the atmosphere of heaven beyond your circle. A single prayer from a chosen one can reroute a generation. You are not just changing your story, you are shifting the climate around everyone connected to you. The atmosphere that once carried despair now hums with expectancy, because your spirit chose to speak when silence seemed safer. God is teaching you to pray not as a beggar, but as an heir, someone who understands inheritance and authority. When you stand in prayer, you stand as ambassador of a kingdom that cannot be shaken. That is why your words have weight. They echo with eternal backing. Tonight, your prayers rise differently. They are not cries of desperation, they are decrees of destiny. Each sentence carries fire. Each breath releases peace. Heaven listens attentively because you speak the language of alignment. Angels move where you point. Storms calm where you declare. And rest settles where you believe. So, lift your heart. Let your words rise again. The atmosphere will obey. For when a chosen one prays, heaven does not just hear, it responds. Chosen one, you have walked through seasons that felt endless nights, so long that even your prayers seemed to echo back in silence. You asked, why hasn't it happened yet? Why do I still wait? But what you did not realize was that heaven had not forgotten you. Heaven was training you. This is the test of delay. The holy classroom, where faith grows muscle and hope learns endurance. There is no wasted waiting in the kingdom. God does not delay to deny you. He delays to develop you. Every pause in your journey has been purposeful. Heaven watches how you respond in the in-between, the space between promise and fulfillment, prayer and manifestation. That space refines your trust, shapes your discernment, and silences your need to control what only God can orchestrate. Waiting exposes what we truly believe. It reveals whether we trust the giver more than the gift. When you asked for open doors and received silence instead, that was not punishment, it was preparation. Heaven was strengthening your foundation so that when the blessing arrives, it won't crush you. The blessing will rest on you, not ruin you. The greater the delay, the greater the destiny, as Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 7. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. This verse is not a formula, it is a rhythm. Ask, seek, knock. Each action builds persistence. Heaven responds not only to faith, but to endurance. When you keep asking, keep seeking, keep knocking, you prove to the unseen realm that you will not be silenced by silence. That determination becomes fragrance in the throne room, a signal that your heart is steadfast, your trust unbroken. The test of delay is the furnace where impatience burns away and faith becomes gold. It is where you learn that unanswered prayers do not mean unseen prayers. The moment you spoke, heaven heard. But sometimes, the answer must travel through warfare, resistance, and divine timing. The angels assigned to your request fight through realms you cannot see, carrying the blessing wrapped in strategy. The delay is often not about you, it's about the root. Imagine a seed buried beneath the soil. Days pass, and nothing appears. The world above the surface assumes nothing is happening. But beneath the ground, life is breaking through shells. Roots are forming. Direction is being chosen. If the seed could speak, it might think it's trapped, but it is only transitioning. You are that seed. Chosen one. What feels like burial is actually planting. Every delay has hidden purpose. Some doors needed to stay closed because the timing of your entry would have been dangerous. Some relationships needed to end because they would have poisoned your next chapter. Heaven is not slow. Heaven is surgical. Every postponed dream, every deferred hope, is part of a precise pattern threads woven by a God who sees the whole tapestry while you only see one thread. You have not been forgotten. The waiting room is not a void, it is a forge. God refines your patience until it gleams with faith. And when the moment arrives, it will arrive suddenly, swiftly, undeniably. The same heaven that seemed silent will thunder with activity. Angels will move. Doors will open. And you will step into the fulfillment that once felt distant, but for now, remain still within the waiting. Breathe deeply and whisper, "Even this delay serves me," because it does. Every hour of waiting has been adding strength to your spirit, perspective to your heart, and wisdom to your steps. You are not losing time. You are being aligned with divine time. The enemy fears the patient believer more than the loud one. Impulsive hearts are easy to mislead, but patient souls are unshakable. When you learn to wait without wavering, hell loses leverage. You become immovable, calm, even in uncertainty, dangerous in faith. That is what you are becoming now, a believer who doesn't panic when the clock ticks longer than expected. And to anchor this moment of revelation, let heaven witness your agreement. Type, "I trust still." Let those 3 words stand as testimony in the unseen realm. Write them not for show, but as a declaration that no delay will break your faith. When you comment it, you are saying, "Even if the promise takes time, I will not quit." You're telling every watching angel, "I am steady." You're reminding the enemy, "I do not serve God for reward, but for relationship." This test is not punishment, it is preparation. When the wait ends, you will see that what took time to arrive was worth every moment of patience. Heaven never misses an appointed time, and yours is closer than you think. The silence has been your training ground. The breakthrough will be your graduation. So, hold your peace. Chosen one, keep your faith firm. The delay is ending, and when it does, you'll see why you had to wait. Chosen one, the night that once tested your patience has now become your sanctuary. The silence has matured into strength. Heaven has taken note of your endurance. And tonight, the armor of light is being placed upon you. You are not who you were when the battle began. You have been tempered in fire, trained by waiting, purified through pain. What once wounded you now becomes part of your weapon. This is not symbolic poetry, it is spiritual truth. In the unseen realm, something luminous is unfolding around you. Threads of divine energy weave themselves into a covering, a spiritual armor forged in obedience and faith. You may not feel metal upon your skin, but you will feel peace upon your spirit. This is the armor of light, protection that glows from within, radiating through every word, every step, every decision. The Apostle wrote to the Romans, chapter 13, verse 12, "The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. That is what is happening now. The night has served its purpose. You are being dressed for dawn. Heaven is clothing you, not just for survival, but for influence. The armor of light does not only defend, it reveals. It exposes deception and reflects truth. It is what causes darkness to recognize you, to retreat before your presence. When you wear it, your very existence becomes an act of warfare and worship. You have seen how soldiers prepare before battle, carefully, intentionally, ensuring every piece fits perfectly. Heaven does the same with you. Each experience, each disappointment, each victory has become part of your armor. Your patience forged the breastplate of endurance. Your forgiveness formed the shield of grace. Your prayers shaped the sword of truth. You are being fitted, not forgotten. The armor of light is unlike any earthly defense. It is not built from fear, but from faith. It cannot rust. It cannot break. And it cannot be stolen. It is made of revelation, each truth God has whispered to you over the years. Every time you chose to believe despite evidence, you forged another link in the chain of your strength. That is why you shine, even after storms. Light has become your language. Imagine walking through a city at night. Street lamps flicker, shadows stretch, and everything feels uncertain. But suddenly, a radiant figure steps forward, clothed in light so brilliant that darkness loses its shape. That figure is you, chosen one. The armor you wear tonight is not just for defense, it is declaration. It announces to the unseen realm, this one belongs to the kingdom of light. Oak, when you walk through challenges now, you do not just endure them, you transform them. Every place your foot treads, light follows. The people around you may not understand why their mood lifts when you enter a room, but heaven knows. You are carrying atmosphere now. You are a mobile sunrise in a world that has forgotten morning. And as this transformation unfolds, I invite you gently to help the light travel farther, like a torch passed hand to hand. This word can ignite hope in others. If something within you has stirred tonight, if you feel the weight of peace or the warmth of awakening, take a small step of faith. Like this message as a quiet yes. Share it as an act of light giving, a way to pass the flame to someone still wandering in their night. Subscribe if your spirit desires to keep walking within this illumination. It is not about algorithms or numbers, it is about alignment. When you stay connected, you stay within the rhythm of revelation. You remain part of the unfolding story. Heaven is writing one light at a time, one soul at a time. The armor you wear now is meant to be seen not by eyes, but by spirits. Darkness will recognize it long before others do. You will find yourself at peace in places where fear once ruled. You will notice temptation losing its pull, confusion losing its voice. That is what happens when you are covered by light. Darkness cannot negotiate with brilliance. So stand tall tonight. You have been refitted by heaven. You walk no longer as a survivor, but as a soldier of radiance. Every scar has become shine. Every bruise, a badge. Every lesson, a layer of armor. And as dawn approaches, remember this. You are not merely protected, you are illuminated. The world around you needs that glow. So let it shine. Quietly, powerfully, constantly. Heaven is watching. and the light you wear is heaven's answer to someone else's darkness. Chosen one, as the armor of light settles upon your spirit, something gentle yet powerful begins to stir the movement of the unseen. It comes not with thunder, but with a whisper. It comes not with spectacle, but with wind. This is how heaven often chooses to speak, softly enough that only those who are still can hear. You have entered the realm of the whisper and the wind. God's communication is rarely loud. His voice does not compete with chaos, it calms it. To hear him clearly, you must learn the art of quiet, of sacred listening. The world will always shout, but heaven always whispers. Those who rush miss revelation, those who rest receive it. The whisper is the language of those who trust that they are already heard. It was this way with Elijah. After the fire, after the earthquake, after the wind that shattered rocks, the prophet heard the still small voice. The presence of God did not need noise to prove itself. It needed silence to be recognized. So it is with you. Heaven does not need to shout over your fear. It waits until you stop listening to the fear. Then, in the calm that follows, the whisper comes. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 62, verse 1. Truly my soul silently waits for God. From him comes my salvation. The whisper is sacred because it requires intimacy. You must lean close to hear it. God does not whisper because he is far away. He whispers because he is near. When you sense that soft nudge in your spirit, that quiet conviction, or that sudden knowing, that is not your imagination. It is the gentle tone of the Eternal One guiding you. You have prayed for signs, asked for clarity, begged for confirmation. Yet sometimes, the greatest answers come not in flashes of lightning, but in the gentle consistency of peace. Peace is the whisper's echo. It may not explain everything, but it assures you that all is well. It is heaven's way of saying, you are exactly where I need you to be. No, the wind carries messages. 2. Angels often travel in its rhythm. When you feel a sudden stirring in the air, a breeze in a still room, it may be more than atmosphere, it may be presence. The wind is how heaven moves through creation. It wraps around you to remind you that you are not alone, that help is near, even when unseen. The whisper instructs, the wind affirms. One tells you what to do, the other assures you that God is doing it with you. Together, they teach you partnership. You speak. Heaven moves. You listen. Heaven directs. It is a dance of trust, quiet and continuous. Sometimes, the whisper will guide you toward something small, a phone call to make, a word to withhold, a step to take. Other times, it will draw you toward major shifts, moving, forgiving, surrendering. The whisper rarely makes sense to logic, but it always aligns with love. If it leads you toward peace, humility, and compassion, it is divine. If it leads you toward pride, fear, or haste, it is not heaven's voice. You are learning discernment. Chosen one. Not every sound deserves your attention. Not every wind is divine. Some breezes only distract, carrying noise meant to imitate the sacred. But your spirit is being tuned to recognize authenticity. The more you listen in stillness, the sharper your hearing becomes. Heaven will teach you to distinguish between suggestion and instruction, between emotion and revelation. As this awareness grows, your walk becomes lighter. You will no longer chase answers. You will flow with guidance. You will find yourself knowing what to do without overthinking. You will begin to notice how everything aligns: the right words, the right timing, the right opportunities, all moving with the same rhythm as the wind that once brushed against your face. And when you feel unsure, return to silence. God's whispers are constant, but your awareness fluctuates. Silence resets it. Find the stillness where His presence lingers. It is not about long hours or perfect words. It is about posture, a quiet heart willing to listen. Do not despise the gentle ways of God. The world looks for earthquakes, but heaven prefers intimacy. The whisper is proof of proximity. The wind is proof of power. Together, they mark the nearness of the divine in your daily life. So tonight, breathe slowly. Listen not with your ears, but with your heart. The whisper and the wind have always been there, guiding, guarding, grounding you. You have only begun to understand how close heaven truly is. Chosen one, you have walked through fire and through stillness, through silence and through song. Heaven has tested you, refined you, and wrapped you in light. Now, you stand at the turning point of destiny. This is the threshold moment, the place where surviving turns into reigning, where endurance becomes evidence, where the one who once cried out for help begins to carry help to others. Everything behind you has been preparation. Everything before you is purpose. There comes a moment in every divine story when the waiting ends and the revealing begins. You are stepping into that moment now. The shift is not loud, it is subtle, yet irreversible. Heaven has realigned time on your behalf. The delay you once despised has transformed into direction. The pieces you thought were scattered are fitting together into pattern. God has orchestrated it so that even what wounded you becomes part of what will anoint you. This is not merely another season, this is transition. Transition can feel like chaos because old assignments end before new ones are clear. But in that tension, grace is at work. The old you is shedding. The stronger you is surfacing. Heaven will not let you enter the next chapter wearing the garments of grief or fear. You are being clothed for destiny. The ancient words recorded in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, still echo today. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. These words are not a suggestion, they are a command. Arise, shine. It is time to step out of survival mode. You have been hidden long enough. Heaven is unveiling you because you are ready. The same light that once covered you for protection now crowns you for purpose. The glory of the Lord rises upon you like the first sunrise after endless night. You will notice subtle signs of this shift. Doors that were shut will begin to open, not by effort, but by favor. People who could not see your value before will now be drawn to your authenticity. What once drained you will now energize you because it aligns with your calling. The weight that sat heavy on your shoulders will lift, replaced by clarity. That is how you will know. Destiny has turned its face toward you. You have been trained to trust in hiddenness, and now God will use that trust to sustain you in visibility. When destiny calls, character must answer first. That is why your process took time. Heaven was not being cruel. Heaven was being careful. Your heart had to be strengthened enough to carry what your hands are about to hold. Remember, not every open door is a divine one. Discernment will remain your closest companion. You do not chase opportunity. Opportunity finds you when you stand where light directs. Follow peace, not pressure. The enemy mimics acceleration, but God's timing feels like alignment. No chaos, no confusion, just clarity. Tonight marks your crossing point. The wilderness season is closing. The weight of obscurity is lifting. You are stepping into a space where your voice, your gifts, your presence will carry heaven's fragrance. You will speak and situations will shift. You will pray and things will break open. You will simply stand and atmospheres will change because your spirit has been recalibrated to divine rhythm. And now heaven invites you to seal this turning point with faith, not because God needs proof, but because your declaration draws alignment. If your spirit bears witness that this is your moment of transition, type 888 below. It is a prophetic number of new beginnings and divine cycles completed. 3 8s, eternity, looping into motion. Heaven's way of saying, what was delayed is now delivered. When you comment it, do not do so casually. See it as agreement. You are not wishing, you are witnessing. You are signing your name at the bottom of heaven's decree that your destiny begins now. Chosen one. The wind that once pressed against you will now push you forward. The ground that once felt heavy will now support your stride. You are crossing into territory where promises manifest and prayers materialize. The turning point has already occurred in heaven. Tonight, it manifests on earth. You will look back and see the fingerprint of God on every step that brought you here. What felt random was orchestration. What felt broken was blueprint. Destiny is not coming. It has arrived. Stand tall beneath its weight. Walk in it with reverence and joy. The night is over. The morning has come. And you are walking straight into purpose. Radiant with the light of the one who called you chosen one. There are moments in history when heaven moves ancient forces into position, times when what was once asleep awakens, not in violence, but in reverence. Tonight, you stand in such a moment. The gatekeepers awaken. These are not mere figures of mythology, they are the watchers, the sentinels of divine order, stationed through ages to guard sacred thresholds. When destiny calls and danger rises, they stir from stillness and take their post once more. And tonight, they rise for you. Every realm, both seen and unseen, holds gates, entrances where authority shifts. Gates are places of decision, of crossing, of exchange. They separate bondage from freedom, despair from hope, past from future. Whoever controls a gate determines what flows in and what flows out. That is why, in this season of your life, heaven has assigned guardians to your path. You are about to step through gates you were not once ready to open. You are entering territories that require divine clearance. Long ago, the psalmist spoke of these beings and their purpose. The word still resounds with power through the ages. The word of God declares in the book of Psalms, chapter 24, verse 7, "Lift up your heads, O you gates, and be lifted up, you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in." This is the ancient song of entry, the anthem of the gatekeepers. It is not a plea, it is a proclamation. It commands every barrier to yield to divine presence. When God moves, Gates must respond. When the King of Glory approaches, doors once sealed for centuries swing open of their own accord. And in your story, those very doors are trembling now. Understand this truth deeply. Gatekeepers do not move for noise, but for names. They recognize those written in light. When they rise for you, it is because your name has been spoken in heaven's courts, inscribed upon scrolls that dictate the unfolding of time. You have been registered as one who carries divine purpose, and therefore the gates must open before you. There were seasons when every path felt blocked, when no matter how hard you tried, progress seemed impossible. You knocked, but the door stayed closed. You prayed, but the way remained hidden. What you could not see was that the gatekeepers were not denying you, they were protecting you. Gates do not open for the unprepared, lest the unready be crushed by the weight of what waits on the other side. But now, the testing is complete. The signal has been given. The watchers open the way. These gates are not only physical, some are spiritual. The gate of courage that allows you to speak boldly. The gate of discernment that lets you see truth beneath disguise. The gate of healing that turns scars into strength. Others are relational, situational, even generational. You are walking through gates your ancestors only dreamed of reaching. What bound them will not bind you. The cycle ends where your obedience begins. When the gatekeepers awaken, they move in harmony with angels. Their opening releases wind, fresh breath, divine motion. You will feel it as sudden clarity, as if fog has lifted and the road ahead is finally visible. You will sense divine timing, aligning, coincidences turning to confirmations. Heaven orchestrates each step with precision, ensuring you are never early, never late, always exact. But these gates also demand reverence. You cannot carry old bitterness or fear through them. The gatekeepers only recognize faith and surrender. That is the price of passage, not perfection, but purity of intent. Before every great opening, heaven always whispers the same instruction: lay down what is no longer needed. You cannot cross with baggage that contradicts the glory waiting beyond. Chosen one, this moment is holy. The ground beneath you hums with purpose. The watchers who have stood since ancient times now bow their heads in recognition as you approach. The King of Glory walks with you, and because of his presence, every barrier yields, what no human favor could achieve. Divine timing now accomplishes effortlessly, and as these gates open, pay attention to the quiet between steps. The silence after breakthrough is not emptiness, it is sacred space, the pause where heaven breathes upon your path. Do not rush it. Let the wind of divine motion settle into your bones. You are being reintroduced to creation, not as a wanderer, but as an heir. When you step through, remember what you carry. You are not merely passing into opportunity, you are entering stewardship. Every gate you walk through becomes a gate you protect. Others will follow your footprints, and the watchers who opened for you will watch over them because of you. That is legacy. That is spiritual inheritance. Chosen one. Dawn approaches. The night that once cloaked you now begins to dissolve beneath the first light of victory. You can almost sense it, the subtle warmth in the air. The way stillness feels different. Lighter. Freer. This is the hour when shadows flee. What once followed you begins to lose its shape. The heaviness that used to cling now breaks away like mist before the sun. It is not imagination. it is fulfillment. You have crossed through the fiercest storms, and now you stand in the quiet aftermath, where revelation dawns. The battles that once terrified you no longer hold the same power. You've seen too much of God's faithfulness to fear what once frightened you. The scars that remain are not marks of defeat, they are proof of survival. They speak louder than any enemy's lie. You made it through. The prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 19, verse 12. And after the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. That is where you stand now, in the still small voice after the storm. God is not in the chaos anymore. He is in the calm that remains. The same presence that sustained you in battle now comforts you in peace. The war within you has settled, not because everything around you is perfect, but because your spirit has learned to trust beyond understanding. The shadows no longer define you, they obey you. Every fear that once whispered failure now trembles at your strength. The enemy spent his energy trying to break you, but in doing so, he only revealed how unbreakable you truly are. The shadow's purpose was never to destroy it, was to teach contrast, so that when light arrived, you would recognize it. You have become a student of radiance. You can discern truth even in dimness now, because you have walked through darker valleys and still found God there. This is not just recovery, it is resurrection. The parts of you that died in sorrow are coming alive in clarity. Dreams you buried because of disappointment are being unearthed. Hope you silenced is finding its voice again. The light that now surrounds you is not external, it flows from within, born from every prayer you prayed in silence. Every tear you offered as seed, heaven honors endurance. And now, endurance bear fruit. As the shadows flee, the world around you may still look unchanged, but something fundamental has shifted. You are no longer reacting to life, you are responding from peace. Where there used to be panic, there is perspective. Where there used to be confusion, there is calm authority. The same situations that once shook, you can no longer touch your center. That is transformation, the quiet kind that speaks louder than miracles. You will notice the change first in subtle ways. Anxiety losing its grip, temptation losing its voice, despair finding no place to settle. Light has made your spirit its dwelling, and darkness no longer recognizes its own reflection in you. The shadow flees not because it is weak, but because it knows its defeat is certain. It cannot coexist with the light you now carry. God has not only brought you out of the dark, He has taught you to command it. When you walk into places heavy with fear, your peace will disarm the tension. When others feel lost, your presence will become a compass. The victory you carry will quietly multiply like dawn, spreading across the horizon, touching everything without effort. You do not need to announce your breakthrough. Your atmosphere will speak it for you. And even as peace returns, remember, light requires stewardship. Keep your spirit uncluttered, so illumination can flow freely. Guard your heart, not out of fear, but out of reverence for what has been entrusted to you. Shadows will try to creep back through distraction and doubt, but they cannot stay where worship dwells. Keep gratitude near. It is oil for your lamp. Chosen one. The night has done its work. It taught you endurance, humility, resilience, and wisdom. But now its assignment ends. The horizon glows because you have stepped into a season where the light no longer visits it, abides. You are walking proof that even the darkest night cannot outlast a soul that refuses to stop believing. So breathe deeply. Listen, the silence is no longer emptiness. It is peace. The echoes of fear fade. The dawn stretches wide. The shadows flee. And in their absence, you discover what was true all along. The light was never coming from the horizon. It was rising from within you. Chosen one. What a journey it has been. You have walked through shadows, stood in silence, listened to whispers, and now you stand unshaken beneath heaven's gaze. The winds that once bent you have become the very breath that lifts you. You wear resilience like a crown and peace like armor. Tonight, heaven places a title upon you, the mantle of the unshaken. This mantle is not stitched by hands, but by history. By every moment you refuse to quit when quitting would have been easier. It is woven from perseverance, lined with prayer, and sealed with grace. You are not defined by the battles you fought, but by the peace you carry after them. To be unshaken does not mean untouched. It means that even after trembling, you still stand. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. That verse has become your reflection. Power, love, and clarity now move through you like steady rivers. You are no longer tossed by every wave of doubt. You have become the anchor in other people's storms. The same strength that once held you together is now meant to hold others up. You are stability in motion, a living sanctuary. To wear the mantle of the unshaken is to move through chaos and remain composed. It is to hear bad news and still say, "It is well." It is to face opposition and remember, "I am covered." You no longer beg for peace, you bring it. You no longer plead for protection, you are the evidence of it. The very atmosphere bends around your faith. Picture a great oak in the middle of a storm. The rain lashes, the wind roars, yet the tree remains. Its roots deep, its branches alive. That is you. The storms were not sent to destroy you, they were sent to prove your depth. Some leaves were stripped away. Yes, but the core stood strong. And now, as calm returns, you begin to see the purpose of every gust. The wind taught you to balance, the rain taught you to drink, the lightning taught you to see. There's a beauty to this strength. It's quiet. True power doesn't shout. It breathes. It walks gently. It listens before it speaks. Your confidence now doesn't come from arrogance, but from awareness. You've seen too much of God's faithfulness to doubt Him again. You've learned that calm is not the absence of struggle, but the presence of certainty. And as this truth settles within you, let it ripple outward. Someone you know needs to be reminded that calm is still possible. Someone else is watching how you carry peace and learning that it can be done. So, as one whose heart is anchored, I invite you share this light. When you like this message, it's more than a digital gesture. It's your silent amen. A way of saying, yes, I receive this peace. When you share it, you become a mirror, reflecting light into someone else's dark corner. And when you subscribe, you're not joining a crowd, you're joining a current, a steady flow of faith that continues to speak when noise fades. These small acts are like pebbles dropped into still water. sending rings of calm farther than you can see. And if this word has found you in a moment of heaviness, use the space below to let heaven hear your echo. Comment your thoughts, your gratitude, or even a single word that captures your feeling tonight. It's not just text, it's testimony. Every comment becomes a flame, lighting the way for another soul wandering in the night. Chosen one, you are the unshaken because you are rooted in the unchanging. God's promises are your foundation, His peace your perimeter. Nothing moves you now unless heaven ordains it. You've become what the storm could not destroy, a living symbol of endurance and grace. So stand, luminous and calm. The mantle rests on your shoulders, radiant yet weightless. The world around you may quake, but you will remain steady, shining like a lighthouse in restless seas. Your peace will speak where your voice cannot, and your steadiness will preach louder than any sermon. And as you walk forward, remember this: the unshaken are not the ones who never faced storms. They are the ones who discovered, who commanded them. You know His voice now. You have felt His steadiness within you. And because of that, no wave will ever take you under again. Chosen one. The horizon is shifting again. The first light that once felt distant now floods the earth around you. The night has fulfilled its duty, and the dawn stands before you like a covenant renewed. This is the moment called the covenant of the dawn. It is not just the beginning of a new day, it is the sealing of divine agreement, a promise that light will always return, that grace will never withdraw, that what God began in you will not fade with time. Every dawn is heaven's reminder that endings are never final for those chosen by God. The night may test, but it cannot claim victory. Every sunrise is a divine signature written across the sky, proclaiming that mercy has survived the dark once more. For you, chosen one, this dawn carries more than light. It carries inheritance. It marks the sealing of your protection, the solidifying of your purpose, the confirmation of your covenant. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the Book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 23, they are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Those words hold more weight than they seem. New every morning means that grace does not recycle, it renews. You are not living off the remnants of yesterday's mercy. You are walking in today's fresh provision. Heaven does not give you leftovers. Each dawn is handcrafted for your next step. Each ray of light carrying instructions for your journey forward. This covenant of the dawn is personal. It is God's way of saying, I have not only saved you, I have sustained you. What began as protection now matures into partnership. The angels who once guarded your night now prepare your day. The fire that surrounded you in darkness becomes the glow that guides your direction. The same God who covered you now commissions you. You will begin to notice how clarity returns in this light. Where confusion once lingered, understanding now emerges. The fears that haunted you in darkness lose definition in daylight. You see people differently, less as threats, more as assignments. You view your story differently, less as survival, more as strategy. That is what happens when dawn meets destiny. Perspective replaces panic. There is something sacred about the way light touches the world at dawn. It does not rush, it reveals. Shadows retreat slowly, color by color, until what was hidden becomes visible. God moves like that in your life gradually, gently, yet irresistibly. You may not see the full picture yet, but you see enough to trust again. You are learning to live in progressive revelation, to move even when you cannot see the entire road, because the covenant of the dawn assures you that as you walk, more light will come. This covenant is not fragile. It was not written in ink, but in light itself. Every sunrise reaffirms it. Every breath you take within that light is a continuation of divine dialogue. The Creator does not forget his covenants. He replays them through creation. Even when clouds hide the sun, its promise remains. So it is with your life. Circumstances may conceal, but they cannot cancel the covenant sealed upon you. You are now walking beneath a sky of divine assurance. Heaven has declared, "This one belongs to me." That decree cannot be revoked by failure, fear, or force. You may stumble, but the covenant holds. You may doubt, but dawn still comes. This is not conditional love, it is committed love. God does not abandon those he calls his own. This covenant also changes your relationship with time. You no longer dread the passing of days, you honor them. Each morning carries divine opportunity. Each sunset closes a chapter gracefully. You no longer count days by exhaustion, but by revelation, by what you discover of him in the light. The dawn no longer startles you. It greets you like an old friend, whispering, "He did it again. Chosen one." This is your new rhythm. You wake not to routine, but to renewal. Heaven has stitched promise into every sunrise. The angels who sang over your survival now stand as witnesses to your sending. The covenant of the dawn means this: protection is no longer just about keeping you alive, it is about keeping you aligned. You are no longer walking through shadows, seeking rescue. You are walking in light, carrying revelation. You are not escaping darkness. You are redefining it by existing as light within it. The dawn you see is not only around you, it has awakened within you. So, rise gently, yet confidently. Step into this day, knowing that heaven has signed its name across your life. The covenant stands, unbroken, unchanging, renewed with every breath of morning air. What God began in the dark, he now displays in the light, and it will never fade. Chosen one. The sun now stands fully above the horizon. The air feels different, lighter, alive, almost reverent. The night has fulfilled its duty. The dawn has sealed its covenant. And now you walk into what is eternal, the unseen God forever. It is not a moment that comes and goes. It is a continual presence, an invisible companionship woven into every step of your life. The angels who once arrived for rescue now remain for relationship. Their guarding is not temporary, it is timeless. You may not see them, but you will sense them. Their nearness is subtle, yet sure. Like a breeze that passes when no window is open, they are stationed where eyes cannot reach. Assigned not just to protect your body, but to preserve your purpose. They walk beside you in the market, stand at the corners of your home, hover over your rest. You are never unsheltered. You are never unguarded. Heaven has built a perimeter around your existence, and it will endure beyond this life, into the next. It is written in the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for those who will inherit salvation? This ancient truth remains unbroken. Angels are not myths, they are messengers. They carry not only orders from God, but affection from heaven. They know your voice, your pattern of prayer, your fragrance of faith. When you sigh in fatigue, they lean closer. When you worship, they join the song. You have never spoken into emptiness. Your words have always been heard by hosts unseen. Throughout Scripture, the presence of angels was often quiet but decisive. One strengthened Jesus in Gethsemane. One closed the mouths of lions for Daniel. One led Peter out of prison. Through locked doors and iron gates, their power is not in spectacle but in obedience. They move at God's whisper, swift and sure, neither hesitant nor hurried. And those same obedient spirits now encircle you, not for a night, but for a lifetime. The unseen guard is not only external, it is also internal. It manifests as peace when logic says panic, as clarity when confusion rises, as courage when fear demands retreat. Sometimes the angels fight battles around you. Other times, they fight within you, stilling the storm before it reaches your voice. Every time you choose faith over fear, you are cooperating with their defense. Even your journey through darkness was never solitary. The moments you thought you were abandoned were actually moments when heaven stood closest. The silence you mistook for absence was their stillness while standing watch. Like soldiers at attention, they do not always speak. They simply stand immovable, alert, radiant. They see what you cannot, intercept what you never knew was coming, and hold the line until destiny's path clears again. There will come days when the world feels heavy once more, when the noise of life tries to convince you that you are alone. In those moments, remember the truth of this section. You are constantly accompanied. You are surrounded not by luck, but by loyalty, heaven's loyalty. The unseen guard is not a temporary assignment. It is an eternal one. Even in your final breath, when human eyes close, their vigilance does not end it. Transitions, guiding your spirit safely into light. But this protection does not make you fragile. It makes you fearless. The knowledge that you are guarded should not keep you hiding. It should send you shining. The angels are not here to shield you from purpose. They are here to secure it. They clear your path so you can walk boldly into what heaven has written for you. You are not a child of fear, but a vessel of light escorted by legions. Sometimes you will feel a chill for no reason, or a sudden peace in chaos, or a warmth during prayer. Those are traces of their nearness. They will not intrude on your choices, but they will always honor your obedience. They move most powerfully when you align with God's will, for light recognizes light. The more you live from the Spirit, the more clearly you will sense their company. Chosen one, your story does not end with survival. It continues in stewardship. You are not merely protected, you are partnered. Heaven's watch never sleeps. The unseen guard remains. Day after day, season after season, life into life. Their presence will accompany your descendants, your legacy, your unfinished prayers echoing into futures you will not see. Such is the generosity of God's covering. It never ends where your breath does. So, walk gently, yet confidently, through this world. You carry divine security, invisible but undeniable. The shadows that once threatened you now bow to the brilliance around you. You are surrounded, shielded, sustained. The unseen guard watches still, forever faithful, forever near. Chosen one. The final word has been spoken, but the story continues, your story. Heaven's masterpiece still unfolding, you have walked through revelation, section by section, night by night, until light crowned you. Now, as the last echo fades, take a moment to breathe. You have not merely read a message, you have walked through a spiritual transformation. You began as a seeker, you now stand as a carrier of divine light. Every truth whispered through these words was meant to awaken something eternal in you. The angels have moved, the covenant stands, and heaven watches with quiet joy as you rise into the fullness of who you are chosen, guarded, crowned, and sent. If this journey has touched your heart, if peace has found you here, then let your gratitude ripple outward. Like this message as a sign that the light reached you. Share it so that another soul, somewhere in their own midnight, might find dawn. And in the space below, leave your reflection, your amen, your thank you, your brief testimony. Your words may be the very spark that reignites hope in someone else's storm. And if you have not yet done so, subscribe not for the sake of numbers, but to stay connected to the flow of revelation. Each word to come is a continuation of the same light that found you here. This is not an ending, it is a beginning. Heaven will keep speaking, and you are invited to keep listening. So walk forward, radiant one. Carry peace like fire. Speak truth like breath. And remember, you were never alone in any part of this story. The same God who called you chosen still whispers, I am with you, always.